Right, 28 May 2025, and today I am excited to be giving you my afternoon updates. And this is an important day because tomorrow we're going to be at court at just about this time for Nyoka's bail application. This is the third bail application for Nyoka after we did the first one where our lawyers presented the case, and then last week the opposing statements were issued by the prosecutors, and then this week we're finalizing everything, and we hope that Nyoka will be able to get out on bail. This is very important because if Nyoka comes out, he's going to be able to continue his work and he's going to be with his family. So that's what we want. We want Nyoka to be with his family. We don't want him to be in jail, rotting away for a crime that he did not commit. So this week, there's been drama surrounding Nyoka and his lawyers. And there's been a lot of misinformation. The only person that can tell you what's happening is me. That is because I spend time with the lawyers. I talk to all the sides. And I also have a mandate from Nyoka to raise funds. I've also been the only person that looked for Nyoka when everyone was saying he was not abducted. I went from prison to prison looking for him until we found him. When we found Nyoka, many people said he's not arrested. I'm also the one person that has sat down with the lawyers every week before they go into court and after they go out of court. So Nyoka is in good hands, but there are some people that need to be brought into order. Some people who need to be brought into line. And I know that my brothers, Anasarwaka, they understand what I'm talking about. What we need is honesty. We need Nyoka to come out. We don't want people that assume roles that they don't know anything about or that they know little about. So if you know one thing, you do that thing. If you don't know something, you don't do that thing. You give it to other people. So this week, we have seen people trying to talk about the legal team. There is no one inside of the team of Sarwaka and Mzingwa and the admin that should be making statements about the legal team. It's not their job. We've got a legal team that is communicating, and we've got an invoice that I've presented here. That shows how much we're charged, how much we're supposed to pay. However, what has happened is that last week, the team of Nyoka, the admin team of Nyoka, without telling me and without telling the lawyers, they have gone and had a meeting with the team of lawyers that we met at court. And they reached some agreements without telling us what those agreements are. They then took over the case. So they took over the lady sitting behind me. They took her over as Nyoka's lawyer. So they accepted her and said she's now the advocate for Nyoka. They had a meeting, a physical meeting in Johannesburg with her, and they had a physical meeting with Godwin, and they also had a physical meeting with the Freedom. I've told you about these people yesterday. So this morning, I've talked to everyone. I've called Godwin, I've called Freedom, I've called our lawyers, I've called the admin team, and I've had a discussion with everyone. So what I'm giving you now is the final position of what is there. As it stands, the lawyer that was taken over by the admin team, the lady behind me, who is the advocate from Cape Town, was supposed to be paid an amount of 10,000 rands. That is what they agreed with her, so that she can take over the case. I don't know why they wanted her to take over the case, because our lawyers were doing very well. So I don't know why they wanted her to take over the case. And I've called them, I have challenged them, and I've made them tell me everything. So she hasn't been paid. And she says she's not going to appear in court until she's paid. So the question is, the 10,000 that was raised by Mdzingwa and Sarwaka, where did it go? So I want the guys to answer that question. Where did the money that they raised go? And we need to answer, to get that answer. And also the family has been collecting money for Nyoka's fees. The money that our lawyers have been paid are three monies. So the first day, the admin team paid. I didn't know about the case. The first appearance they paid, I didn't know about the case. The third appearance, up to now, our lawyer has not been paid by the admin team. I have raised the money here, which I showed you, which we have paid the lawyer 11,000. And currently we are waiting for money to clear, which was sent from overseas. If that money clears, I'll let you know. It's a small amount of money, about 2,000 rands. We're going to pay disbursements. These lawyers are not cheap lawyers. So this money is just for them to travel. So as it stands, this lawyer has quit. She said she's not going to participate until she's paid. That is the 10,000 that she's supposed to pay, to be paid. Our lawyers had stopped working because they were told that they're no longer the lawyers. And they were told to stop working. So now I have to go back to our lawyers and ask them to prepare an answering affidavit within a day. So that is our lawyers on the right. We're going to have to ask them to prepare an answering affidavit within 1 day. And that is because certain people who are not supposed to be talking about law firms have gone and tried to become part of the law process. They are not part of the law process. So the admin team is not part of setting up and arranging lawyers because they don't come to court. I'm the only person that goes to court. The only person that should be talking to the lawyers is the person that goes to court. The family is not going to court. So they must not be talking about lawyers. There must be one invoice. All lawyers must fall under one invoice. If a lawyer has got an invoice or they say they want to be paid an amount, it must appear in the Malahlela attorney's invoice. Those are the only people authorized by Nyoka to collect money and they have the mandate basically. So there mustn't be another invoice. If any money is to be paid, that money must come to Malahlela attorneys. And I think that is clear. There's no question about it. So now let's keep this short because I don't want to talk a lot of things. We're just about to go to court. We need to align. Everyone needs to align. And people need to stop lying. There's nothing I hate like someone who is lying. Like they know what they're doing. And then they go around and lie and try to say something about other people. And on top of that, you are lying about someone who is doing the work. That is the worst thing that I have ever seen. I don't like it. And I don't tolerate it. And honestly, we need to make sure that Nyoka is not disadvantaged here. So everyone needs to come on one invoice. Tomorrow, we all appear at court. We make sure that Nyoka is properly represented. There's an answering affidavit. And we don't want people who talk about law firms and lawyers on their platforms. That's not their job. So Ana Traore, Ana Nyokayemabhunu platforms, those are not the platform for you to talk about the lawyers. You don't know what's happening. And you have to ask. And you ask me, you phone if you want to know. Right. And honestly, some of the things that I'm watching here, They make me sick. So I'm looking at everyone trying to be everyone. And right now, someone is in jail for more than a month. So please, from today, Sarwaka, Mudzingwa, Nyokayemabhunu channel, Traore, if you want to talk about lawyers, don't go to the wrong people. Go to the people that are with the lawyers every day. And if you're an admin, don't go and have a meeting in Johannesburg with the lawyers that you don't know, with the people that you don't know, and you have that meeting and reach an agreement without telling us, without telling the lawyers. Don't do it, because you're going to end up having a meeting with Mnangagwa. I've told these young guys, Kuti, Mnangagwa, Amumuzivi. Mnangagwa has been in this game for a long time. Amumuzivi Mnangagwa. Kuti akaita say. So mkada kutamba na Mnangagwa. Anofira mjere, nyoka. Nemunu. Right, let's look at the comments. Gambakwe is the sole person going to court, and the rest are just talking about something they don't know. Tafa, Mkoma Tafa, let me tell you the truth. We've got people in the gallery. But among everyone that is talking right now, let me give you the names. Traore has never been to court. Nyoka's family, they've never been to court. They don't come because of reasons that I know. So it's okay. Uyu, Sarwaka has never been to court. Mudzingwa has never been to court. If I write Sarwaka here and say, Sarwaka, why are you talking about the lawyers? Sarwaka must not tell me, Kuti, no, go to this other person. Everyone should be talking to me, because I'm sitting with the lawyers for an hour before the court and an hour after the court. And the reason is there is a strategy that is required in court. And then I phone Nyoka's wife here and I talk to her, because she is the person that has got the mandate to murume wake. Then unonzwa munhu achiti, isusu tine lawyers atakaisa what. Ngazvipere nhasi wamana. Today ngazvipere. Today atidi kunzwa vanhu vanotaura nyaya yema-lawyers. Because iko zvino we have wasted a week. Vanhu vachita ma-meeting with the lawyers that we don't know. Vachita ma-setups atingazivi. Right now, these guys have been meeting people that we don't know, agreements that we don't know, and the answering affidavit has not been prepared. So Nyoka has no answering affidavit. Up to this day, there's no answering affidavit, because they went to another lawyer, promised to pay that lawyer, and then failed. So atidi kukunzwai akomana muchitaura nyaya yema-lawyers. Taurai zvimwe, but zvema-lawyers siyai. Atidi kukunzwai, and musataure zvinhu zvamusingazivi. Tinozokunyadzisai. So that is what I want to say to the youngsters. You are doing a good job in the absence of Nyoka, but we want him out. We don't want you to confuse the situation. And muka collecta mari, that money must go to what it was collected for. Inini ndaka collecta mari ndakutaridza invoice, and I showed you what I've paid. I've been traveling from Cape Town to Johannesburg for over a month every week. 1 week I traveled 3 times to Johannesburg from Cape Town to find Nyoka. So each person has got their part. But one thing I don't like is people that take over other responsibilities, collect money and then not present it, and then lie and say, Kuti, Gambakwe this or Gambakwe that. We want Nyoka out, and tomorrow we want everything to be well organized. Atidima fights are unnecessary, and we want to make sure that everyone has got their role. So this is what is there. I've talked to Godwin, I've talked to Freedom, I've talked to Uyumkoma admin, I've talked to, yesterday I talked to Sarwaka. Mudzingwa is the only person I haven't talked to, because he said he's not involved. I understand, Kuti, there's someone who is supposed to be making these payments. And I shouldn't be sitting here talking about payments of 10,000 for someone like Nyoka. There must be 1 million right now, because Nyoka is such a big figure. So I think the 10,000. Even myself, even to pay for my own flight Tomorrow, if Nyoka is granted bail, who's going to pay the 2,000? At least because as you speak. So we need to make sure all those things are clear. And we need to be organized, guys. We can't continue like this. It's embarrassing. So let me see if there's any other comments here. Moyo M tinozviziva hapana chinyuwane. Nyaya Nyoka, I told you last week, Nyoka has got nothing to answer. It's got no crime to answer. Monique, stop your unfounded allegations. Let's see who's Monique. What is Monique saying? I want to answer him. I'm not seeing Monique's comments. Maybe she blocked me so that I can see her. So send me, Monique, allegations. There's nothing. Nyoka is currently facing 3 charges in court. The first one is the extradition for a case from 2000 and I think that was 2014. Then there is a case, paperwork. And then there's case Sofa. All of those are dead. There's nothing there. Engage Sarawaka Mdzingwa and Traore. I've already told you, I talked to them. Sarawaka. Mese mriva ningina vangu. Ana Sarawaka. Ana Mdzingwa. Ana Traore. Mnogona undiona pana every day. Mungu wadu mangani kurira. Mriva fana vangu. I've been in this game since 2010. I started my media house in 2010. There are people who have come. Tishana Memjuru. I was doing consulting work for Memjuru. They came. And when they saw me, they thought, I'm coming out of Torah. Bunzai Mawarire, jealous. And they came and disrupted everything. The communication plan that we put in place, they disrupted it. This thing is going to be long term. Panodavano and staying in power. Kana musna stay in power. Amupa Buddha. Mnangagwa is a crocodile. He's going to hide for you. Ukunyudzai. Mnangagwa munhu kumusha kwangu kumasvingo. Saka muchinzwa nditi every day and uraune munhu kumasvingo. Mnangagwa anoda chematsenga nzungu. Hadi zvamuri kuita izvi. Chematsenga nzungu, that's the only thing that Mnangagwa wants. Zvese zvamuri kuita izvi kutamba. Chematsenga nzungu. Kana muchiziva ndochega chobvisa Mnangagwa. Mukaita zvemajokes zvamuri kuita izvi. Munopera komana. Na Mnangagwa. And Mnangagwa will never attack you from the front. It's going to attack you from the back. Anounda, kunonzi kuunda, wakafudza mombe. Munoziya, kunonzi kuunda. Mnangagwa will never attack you from the front. He's going to attack you from the back. And anoda chematsenga nzungu. Remember what I said today. Musakangaro zvandakuudzai kuti Mnangagwa anoda chematsenga nzungu. That's the only thing which you succeed. Muchita zvema 5,000, 10,000, chichi, that's nothing. You need proper money. You need divan, vane mari. Last week, I was trying to meet Kasukwere. The whole week, trying to set up a meeting with Kasukwere. Abatiki, vanojika. So, vachinzvenga. Hamuitongi Zimbabwe umana. Ndogara ndichikuudzai. Vatamba na Mnangagwa. So, ndapedza nemi. Mozona ndakuudzai. Ndapedza nemi. Hamuitongi Zimbabwe. Mukatamba na Mnangagwa. Ane mari. Mnangagwa is using money. He's got people that are willing to pay. He's paying up every day. Tukutsvaga 2,000, 1,000, 10,000. Zvimari zvisina basa. You never rule that country. Zimbabwe is damaged. It needs 100 billion to recover. And if you can't raise a fee of 23,000 rands, when I have raised 10,000 by myself, and Mesemuru group unokutadza raise 23,000, it means kuti munoitonga sei nyika yacho. So that is the question that you ask me. Is that so guys in independent government? I've told you already. You never see me in government. But we're trying to help you. So everyone who is in this thing, come and work with us. Don't try to do your own thing. WhatsApp me, you've got my number. There's no one who doesn't have my number. And everyone in Johannesburg knows where I'm staying. They know where my hotel, where I'm staying. I've asked you, we need to meet before Nyoka goes into court so that we sort this out. But all of them, manojika. Apana zuri kubuda. We want this to be sorted. So tomorrow we're going to go to court. I'll update you once again. But this thing of trying to have a parallel process must stop immediately. We need to have one process so that Nyoka can get out. And our lawyer, Diwama Chingura, and Malashela attorneys, you know them. Every time we get out of court, you see Yugi talking. Mama Chingura is a man of few words. He doesn't talk. He just comes out and he greets me and we go and have a meeting and that's it. Jamura Guitesh is the wrong way. No one wants to take anything from you. Let's make sure that Nyoka gets out and let's get the money. Vanhu vane mari isai mari tibhadharire mukomana abude. Notizokuswera tichita matakanana akadai. So I'd like to thank all of you. I'm a bit sleepy today. I didn't even wake out today. But before I go, I apologize, guys. Makuseni, I didn't talk about my sponsor. So let me talk about my sponsor. So if you go to Gambakwe, shop.gambakwe.com, you are going to see that some there. Please buy your packet. And then in Harare, we've got a new product. These are coffees. If you buy them there, you get 3 of these for free. You'll never get this anywhere else. So that's a special. Go to our Facebook page. You see all the special that we've got over there. That is how we make a living. So there'll be free delivery. Everything is communicated on our Facebook page. So let me recap before I go. There's been meetings with various lawyers during the week by Nyoka's team. Nyoka's team reached an agreement with this lawyer we are seeing here. She's an advocate. They then promised and took over this lawyer from Godwin. So you see the guys I was talking about, they met with Nyoka's team. And then they took over the lawyer, this lawyer there. They took her over from Godwin and Frido. And they promised to pay her 10,000. Then now they failed to pay her. And she has quit. She says she's not coming tomorrow if they don't pay. So there'll be no advocate. She's not there tomorrow if they don't pay. So if you see her, then they've paid. They asked her if they can pay in 2 weeks. She said no. She wants the money upfront. And therefore, for now, what we've done, I'm going to go back to our original lawyers and ask them to quickly work on an answering affidavit because they had stopped. Because they were told to stop. So we're going to ask them to restart the process. And then tomorrow, we're going to go back to court and update you on the outcome. But as I said, there is no one who is authorized to speak about lawyers. Admin, Saruwaka, Mudzingwa, Traore. Mukavaona vachitaura zvema-lawyers. WhatsApp me. Atidi vanotaura zvema-lawyers. We don't want that. That is a different field. It's not for you. So they must stop immediately. And we want people who can put money on the table so that we pay these lawyers' fees. We can't be talking about 10,000 rands. Right. I would like to thank all of you for watching. Ngoma nice one, I hear you. We'll talk tomorrow. Let's see. And Monique, what is Monique says? Iwe unorambizire vamwe vanoti vatori venhau kuti kana uri genuine. Ndovarambidza sei? Monique, ndinorambidza media house sei pakoti panopindwa mahara. Panopindwa neanoda. I am not lazy. I'm very active. You see me 2 times a day, 3 a.m. and you see me at 9. Now you're seeing me at 2. Where are the other people? They're talking about Gambakwe. Do you see, Monique? Gambakwe Media is a proper media house. It's a registered media house in Zimbabwe with 30 people working for it. Atisi kutamba ishi. Atiende kunodaidza kuti uyai mutore nawo. Iwo unotanga media house yako kuti udaidzwa naGambakwe. Sidzoro. Sidzoro. Do you hear the party? Sidzoro. Kana ida kudaidzwa neni nekuti uitore nawo. Sidzoro. Nelson Matsikari, counterintelligence Gambakwe, tell you kuti uri ani. Do you think inini zera rangu rino ndingashande kuCIO? Sina kana send. Andishande inini ndikaenda kuCIO ndendiri Isaac Moyo. I'm telling you. Kana ndizvikanzi Gambakwe arikushanda kuCIO. Ndendiri Isaac Moyo. Ndandisiri kukwese kuzasi kwarutaura. SAS kwanzi motor vehicle theft squad counterintelligence mese mwa mshandira nini andishande pasuku Right. I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and I'd like to appreciate your support. They think they're able, but they're not. And I'm not na Hopo. Hopo and don't respect us. I talk to Hopo once in a while. I respect Hopo. Go and look at what is written a few minutes ago and see what it's talking about. We need to be serious. And if it is serious, Chin one. That is the only thing. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again later on today at 10 minutes past 9. And a good day to you all. Anaconda taona pazokuda na natiro ni komanda ngoti takachamuka